Hello everybody, it is Tom and welcome to another video.
I've been going to some dark places. I hate it when my mind races. I've got so many.
So, hey. So, it should probably come as no surprise, but I have been struggling recently. And while I usually work through my struggles by either writing about them or talking about them, recently I just have not really been able to do either of those. It's like what's happening right now is so huge and so awful that it's just taken my voice away. And all I can do is just stew in feelings I can't even find the words to really describe. And, that sucks because I want to be able to talk about this. I want to be able to put into words why what's going on right now in our country, in the world, why it is so horrifying and cruel and inhuman, but my brain just shuts down anytime I try. So, I avoid the news to try to save my mental health, but then I feel guilty about it. I need to stay informed. I need to know what's going on because that's the responsible thing to do. That's the only way to fight it is to know what's going on and speak out against it. But anytime I do look at the news, I get more and more depressed and go back to that blank place where I can't find the will to speak or write or do much of anything at all. I mean, I've been trying to write, I've been trying to make videos, but it all just ends with me sitting in my chair like an empty husk, just staring blankly at the screen. And I mean, I guess it makes sense that I'm reacting this way because this is what tends to happen anytime I am confronted with real, true injustice or, things that are just so wrong that I can't even find the words to explain why they're wrong. Like my brain just can't deal with it and it shuts down. And what's going on right now is just so wrong that it's hard to find words to counter it. Like we are being faced with people who believe that empathy is bad and helping others is bad and embracing our differences is bad and allowing women to make decisions about their own bodies is bad. Letting people love who they love is bad. Letting people exist in public as their true selves is bad. Education is bad. Reading books is bad. Science is bad. Learning about other people and other cultures is bad. Learning about history is bad. And, those last ones, I can understand coming from a group whose primary weapon is misinformation. But it's the not caring about other people thing that really gets me. Like, how do you explain to someone that it's important to care about other people? Like, what brought them to this point that they can so easily dehumanize other people and other them to the point that they literally don't care if those people live or die? I guess it's an unfortunate habit that humans sometimes have where when things are hard or they're really unhappy, they look for someone to blame. And instead of blaming a broken system or a small percentage of people who are hoarding unbelievable amounts of wealth, those people point their fingers at anyone who's different from them. Why can't I afford groceries? Why aren't I happy in my marriage? Why can't I find a good job? Why is life so hard right now? Well, it's because of immigrants or people of color or queer people or trans people or people from other religions or anyone who isn't like them. And then someone comes in and says, yes, you're right, it is their fault. And if you put me in power, I will get rid of those people. And then everything will be great. If we stop the single trans female athlete in your state from being able to play the sport she loves, girls and women everywhere will finally have an even playing field. We did it. We solved sexism. You're welcome. If we keep trans women out of women's bathrooms, sexual assault will never be an issue again. Good job. Well done. And, if we deport anyone who speaks with an accent or even looks like they might, jobs will appear and crime rates will plummet. And for some reason, no one can figure out eggs will be cheap again and everything will be perfect. And while all of this is going on, the people instigating it are getting more and more power and more money. And it's just awful and frustrating, and my brain does not know how to deal with it. Like, I don't know how to deal with people who willingly and gleefully hurt others. So, with all this said, we come to the question of what can we do? How can we get through this? And the truth is, I don't know. I know we will get through it eventually, but that doesn't make it any easier to be here right now, watching all of this happen and being helpless to stop it. So, this is where I'm asking you, anyone who has made it this far in the video, to share your thoughts and your ideas and your coping strategies. So, how are you making it through all of this? What are you doing to keep your spirits up or hold on to joy while so many terrible things are happening? So for me, I do have moments of not awfulness amidst the awful. I've started doing digital detox mornings where I spend my morning reading books, listening to music, going for walks outside, and just generally avoiding anything with a screen. I've been trying to reach out to friends more and do more activities like gaming together or just chatting. I've signed up to be a volunteer at my local LGBTQ center, since that's one small thing I can do to feel like I'm doing something positive and impactful. But, more than anything else, I think the one best thing we can do is to be as kind as we can to the people we encounter. And, that's one that I struggle with because I am depressed and angry and without an outlet for those feelings. And it's easy to release those feelings toward the truck that drives too close to me as I cross the street, or the woman who cuts in front of me at Walgreens, or any number of other strangers I encounter on a daily basis. And, I'm still an introvert with social anxiety, so the most I do is mutter under my breath or glare at the people in question. But I don't want to be putting that negativity out into the world right now. Like, I want to be putting out kindness and empathy and understanding. And maybe if enough of us do that, things will get a little better. So if you have any coping strategies that you have found useful, please drop them below. And if you just want to talk about how you're feeling or what you're thinking or what you're going through, that's also completely okay. Just please, as always, be respectful and kind to both me and your fellow commenters. Well, that's all for me now, I guess. I hope you're all doing okay, or as okay as you can be. And, please know that I am so grateful to have this community and all of you in my life. It really means a lot to me. So, okay, huge thanks as always to our patrons who are wonderful, spectacular, fantastic, and amazing. And a big shout out to our Nick Nelson members, Kelly Walker, Paul Z, Kent Smither, Kim Engel, Sarah Parker Schemmelt, Courtney McAlexander, and Tanya. Okay, that's going to do it for today. Have a wonderful rest of your day or night or whatever time of day it may happen to be. I'll see you next time. Bye.
When I get lost in a dream and I know I can't sleep, goddamn.